Hello,
Yes.
mother truckers.
Also, yes, joining us from Party 2, we have Callie. She's not
Yes,
here
it's you
as
too.
her character.
Well, that was
Yes, it's you
interesting to
too,
hear
but
for my chat.
So I can't swear yet. Okay.
well, there's a reason we have a 5-minute startup.
Oh, okay. All right, no
Yes.
problem. It's because of me. I understand.
we have to
Yes,
delay it by 5
actually.
minutes
I
every
can say
time.
fuck then.
God
Yes.
damn it.
And also, Star, it is because of you and Athena.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a sailor mouth. I wasn't
Silver.
always like this, but at one point I fucking sailor mouth.
I heard silver. I'm like, why are you
The fuck?
So
You don't
I
have
make a Sailor Moon joke.
I'm going to smack you all. Anyway. But yes. Welcome everyone to Vergessen once again. How have y'all been doing?
Good.
Bunch of
Oh,
energy and I
pretty
don't know
good.
what to do with it.
Got
Okay,
a job,
okay.
lost a job.
Stop.
The
Stop
economy.
reminding me.
But that said, I will say this so chat is aware at the very least. So party one, here, that you all are watching the perspective of, have as of now done a time skip of sorts. Only up to like 2 weeks though. Not a major time skip, thankfully. That is not to be employed, and I hope to God that is not employed anytime soon.
Well, to be fair, 2 weeks is actually a pretty decent time, especially since we left off with an uncertainty of whether or not we got to leave the
That
fucking.
being said,
Yep.
I have made sure that the players are aware to inform me in regards to what they plan to do within those 2 weeks, as during this period, Monner is going through a bit of a somewhat of a recession, given the fact that they're having to kind of make sure everything's in order, rebuild, and kind of have to account for the now newly formed slash now slowly dying dungeon that essentially harkens near the center of Monner. So that's fun for a lot of people, the guards especially.
I forgot to tell you what I was doing.
Yes, you're one of the few people I have not been informed of what they're doing.
And you didn't ask when we had like 3 hours of off time.
I am turning you into soup.
I forgot because of EC. I was gonna tell you yesterday, but then I forgot to tell you.
It's all fine, but that said, if you have not gone through with me what you all plan to do during these 2 weeks, I will ask you when you come up. That said, I will be asking first, before we get things fully started, who would like to do recap?
In other words, who wants the inspiration? I would gladly take it if nobody else does.
Go ahead, bro.
I did last time.
I still have four of the old inspirations, so I don't mind not.
I had to spend all mine to go save a dragon.
Yeah, I think two of you spent a lot of inspiration.
Yes.
One of
The
you
two that have
usually
been stockpiling.
looks at Sam, forced the story narrative because of that.
I did as well.
Yes, they both did. But that's it. Reese, would you like to start us off?
All right. We started last session still within the space talking to Apollo as he was slowly disappearing as of the consequences of saving us. Upon actually leaving, we found out that most of everybody else went on ahead to go deal with all the other rooms, as all the wolves were no longer being controlled by the uncle and were now attacking. We did still have I'm trying to remember his name, the gang leader who was keeping an eye on the king, making sure he was safe and healthy.
Bremen Godfrey.
Bremen, yes. He was keeping an eye on the king, making sure he was safe and healthy. But the king also needed some healing, so we dealt with that before we moved on to making our way back to the entrance. There we found not just the wolves attacking, but also our friends from Medius randomly teleported into the dungeon, helping out, much to their surprise.
And to the
Af-
chagrin of the one guy.
yes, of Luke. As
I meant to make
oh, I never learned what chagrin means. Now I think about it.
Displeasure.
Okay. uh, but yeah, we ran into them, helped deal with all the wolves, ran to even more of our allies, both from Medius and Monner. As we were dealing in one of the rooms, as everybody was dealing with the wolves, Korik and Syra actually decided to go into a small lake to to figure out what to deal with the ancient statue urn was. And as they did, Korik discovered that there was a very, very angry entity inside of it who wanted revenge on the uncle. So he's just like, okay, will you attack anybody besides the uncle? No, all of you are free to go. You're free. So he just freed him.
Wasn't maybe like the brother of him? Because I
yes, one of the brothers. Yeah, I believe he was. Once that room was dealt with, we finally went to the main entrance, regrouped with everyone, and fought a dragon. We mostly just looked to keep it on the ground as Celia, Batoris, and Korik tried to reason with it, break it out of its hypnotized stupor, and calm down the dungeon. As we succeeded, due to a lot of inspiration and fate breaking, everything began to calm down. People were finally allowed to leave the dungeon. And we got to explain the entire situation to those that didn't know. It turns out that in order to return everybody back to normal, it's going to take a long time, and the maid we worked so hard to save is still in danger simply because a king's life was put in danger. But that is about it, unless I missed anything.
I'd say you.
That's it, other than the finer details of what happened.
I'd say you've definitely summarized it fairly well enough.
Yes.
So I'll say for now, Mr. Korik,
Yeah.
gain an inspiration,
Yeah.
and for you and the rest of you, take a fleeting inspiration for today.
Thank you.
Also, I'm still surprised that we never had to make use of the 24-hour immortality. Like, I am genuinely shocked that none of us went to 0.
We work well together.
What?
Yes.
What?
That said,
Don't you remember we were given immortality for 24 hours to make sure we could live through this encounter?
Oh yeah, we did. This fucking forgot.
you all
I
were
don't even
given
know how
a
much
basically a
damage we took.
fleeting. You all basically given a fleeting immortality. Yes.
Yes.
But that said, going down the list, Batoris.
Yes.
During these 2 weeks, you would have been doing study in regards to the booklet, the one that teaches and demonstrates the methods of the Hylock style, a lost sword art. As you have already been messaged beforehand, you would have met the requirements for one and two for one and a second one. So if you would like to share that with your fellows here or not, that is up to you. But that is what you were doing for these past couple of weeks. Kuyo,
Yes.
what have you been doing these past couple of weeks?
Well, as the vague idea I gave you the last time, I think earlier this week, was I want Kuyo to essentially just insert himself in like a kind of like a public figure esque kind of deal. Like like a upcoming like celebrity kind of thing where he's just he's in the pub, he's telling stories, he's in the Coliseum, he's making spectacle fights. And also, if I remember correctly, I also wanted him to become, he doesn't have to become friends with the kid, but maybe like good old chums.
I would ask of you a general. Oh, go ahead.
No, good. I was just gonna mention that he did like during the fight his part on the tree to save the king and the rest of them inside of the tree.
I would say for the former, I would need a general strength and charisma check from you. Just a general roll. Yep.
Studento or well
19.
and
Bad.
charisma.
Charisma. You would have been regarded more for your strength than your actual personality, but many people do. There are quite a few people who would, in fact, recognize your prowess during these times. In fact, you've noticed because more in the aspect of your strength, some people have started to reject some of their own feelings in regards to these past couple weeks in regards to everything that has been lost. Not everyone would tell you everything. Some would just simply show appreciation for your strength. Some would make mentions here and there. Some would mention briefly how times are likely going to be tough moving forward, or perhaps having a chance to see a fight by such a strong figure gives some reassurance. After all, if someone like you is in the arena, then that just must mean that there are people who are even stronger out there who are helping the world be a little bit better. As for potential winnings and the like, give me a second. Oof. All right. You likely would have had a total of likely 4 matches, given the arena state and such, and not as much of a crowd, so to speak. But the matches you have fought were mostly primarily against beasts, a few upstanding warriors. Someone who could have had a chance to break through your defenses. But in total, your winnings would amount to up to roughly 15 gold. As they are primarily dealt in silver. That said, though, Kuyo of Four Fists, as some people have called you, is what you're known by in the arena. Which I will just make sure you have that.
I will make note of that.
Mhm.
Is one of Kuyo's titles.
Mm-hmm.
He has many titles now.
Yippers. That said, Syra.
Hi.
What have you been doing these past couple weeks?
So,
Mhm.
when we came here, I was going to go to the church to go and see if I could decipher the scripture of Luna, and I think it's Solar. I don't remember the other book. I
Mhm.
think it is Solar. I don't remember. I'm going to try and do that in the 2 weeks. I'm also going to announce the seer ability that I have now.
I take it you'd be making sure to address Seer Vane before you properly announce it, correct?
Mhm.
All right.
I will, I guess, remove the Scripture of Soul from my inventory.
Thank you. Though I will ask in this instance, Syra, would you have sought assistance from allies, members of the church, or would you have taken this task by yourself?
If she has someone that she very close with, or decently close with, she probably ask for help.
Would anyone in the party join Syra in this endeavor?
I
think
would
me
love
getting
to,
involved
but
with anything churchly is not a good idea. So
I think it'd be funny if Kuyo was there.
Oh god.
Oh dear God.
even if Infinitus didn't, I'm not on Infinitus's bad side, but still think it would be a good idea for my character to be in anything related to religion.
Especially after what
Besides,
you
Kuyo is
demonstrated in
also a
front of a
seer.
bunch of paladins.
Well,
Kuyo is also a seer, so this would be interesting.
I
Well,
will go with them. I don't
So-
think Oak can go.
So joining Syra would have been Batoris, Cilia, and Kuyo then.
no, I was saying that I would love to join, but I think Cilia is going to be far too occupied
Oh
with
no, fair enough.
pressing matters.
Understood.
Unfortunately.
I guess it would. I guess with what we talked about earlier, Kelrick would.
All right. In which case, Syra, given the fact you'll be gaining assistance from your allies, this will help alleviate the effort a bit. That said, from you, I'll be asking a Arcana or Religion check to see how much progress you would have been able to conduct. As for those assisting her, are any of you proficient in Arcana or Religion?
I should be.
oh, they're the
Alright.
same number. I'm
Yeah.
with you, I
Batoris?
guess.
I have Arcana.
I do not have either.
Kuyo?
You said Arcana or religion.
Yes.
Let me see.
So that fleeting that I have, I'm gonna use that now.
No. And
That's better. I love it.
Right.
no.
If you want
Nope.
I
Okay.
guess you want me to
Neither.
roll my Arcana.
In which case, yes, you can roll your Arcana. As for Batoris and Kuyo, I'm going to be needing straight intelligence checks from the both of you.
Awesome. -1. Let's go.
Oh,
You know what? If Kuya gets higher than all of us.
Oh.
If Kuya got higher than all of us, it would be so fucking funny.
Good
Well,
work,
let me-
Victoria. Good work, Victoria.
He's not dumb.
It's
Nah.
just
But
you
if
have
it
a
was
plus
Coolio,
one,
I
so
swear.
I mean you have a +1 to intelligence, so but also right to -1. 3 plus 6 plus 21 plus 5. Unfortunately, with a combined total of 48, that won't get all of it, but Syra, with a bit of assistance from Batoris and efforts done by Kelric and Kuyo, being Kuyo,
Yes. Yes.
you are able to make a fair bit of headway through the two books. They detail more in regards certain aspects and more evidently hints of a culture you're not fully familiar with. There's references to the old kingdoms, how they have fallen, how humanity has been ushered into times of strife and the like. References of the early signs of infinitism, and also the speckles of death of Schnitzerism. There isn't much fully going into proper details, but as you can clearly see, you can see more expansion in regards to certain knowledge. In fact, you actually see proper expansion in regards to something that was a part of old scripture, something that you've only once read. References of this doomsday, reference of the gods, and how Doomsday is considered to be one of their most worst criminals. How he's buried deep below and the like. But trying to get more details in regards to it is difficult. You do find certain passages referring to certain key figures during the time, but that helps little in regards to actually determining when or how all of this came about. Though you do find references to a form of artistry, something simply referred to as the cosmos. But not much headway is made elsewhere in that, I'm afraid.
Okay. Is the chair comfortable?
Yeah.
You good?
We can hear your chair.
Oh,
So?
sorry. Yeah, no, my fucking chair was got fucking popped something there. My bad.
No, you good.
She should make sure I have the fucking noise suppression on.
That's all the information, correct?
Yes.
With
That's all
that,
you've been able to
she
get
will-
out of it.
She will make a couple copies. She'll make a copy of the books untranslated, and then a copy of what she has translated so far, and then add them the library, and keep the original kind of transitions on her person.
Alright. Also, apparently I cannot turn on noise suppression. That's unfortunate.
Weird.
You can do it in the actual settings of Discord.
Give me a second. And that should. Yeah, I think that turned it on. I think. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway. You successfully are able to properly transcribe a good portion of it, though this would take more than a few days, as essentially, well, referenced. But thankfully, you're able to get a few hands on deck in regards to this a bit. So it doesn't take nearly as long as it would. Though, when it does become known to the local church that you have gained abilities comparable to that of a seer, there's an uproar wouldn't really fit in this instance. More of a murmuring. Some would find it interesting. Some have more than a few questions. Those of your particular elevation, so to speak, are more than understanding and rightfully have quite a few questions for you, especially.
I sense some more people are not gonna like me.
I mean, yeah, no, there's a few people that are definitely just like, so you've gained the ability to perform what the seers are able to achieve.
And
How
she's
most
also
curious.
She's also very young, so that's
Yep.
jarring. I hate that.
There's a lot of. This is a result of now there are questions being put in the air. Most in regards to you, however. Exilium is able to, at least for the most part, quell a good portion. But even then, there's only so much one man can do. He may be a seer, but one cannot simply quell curiosity, especially when it is an aspect of the faith. That said, Syra, I will ask of you, likely during this announcing period, with the gathering and such, a general perception check.
Okay. Plenty.
You will note that a few members of the crowd would have slinked off, though one of them did seem to peer back at you with a not necessarily a glare, but a more studious eye. That said, as that has been going on with you all, I'll ask Galric.
Yes.
You have been writing your book, correct?
Yes.
How long do you believe it would have taken you to wrote your book?
I do believe it would
Words.
have taken him most of the time skip. So like he'd
Mhm.
probably finish around closer to the end of the second week.
Mm-hmm. All right. Which case, what are your plans now that your book has been put into form?
First thing he would do is call a meeting between all of his party.
All right. Then we'll get back to that then. Cloak.
Yes.
You were going to do a few things.
Yes. The one one based off the last time. I asked someone if it could get done. They said it would take a couple of weeks, but now we also have other resources at our disposal. Hopefully.
Mhm. Instead, I will confirm with this now. Someone will and would have probably been able to make a variant of the Ashen Barden armor. So you do have access to that now. Though, do remember there are class restrictions with it.
The class restrictions.
In the case of the Ashen set, those can be worn by clerics and paladins, much like the other one. Though this one has the addition of it can be worn by fighters and warlocks.
Okay, in other words, I can't use it.
No.
Oh, there's a warlock around here.
Yep. There it is.
As for the third one on your list, in regards to chatting with Mr. Dursk himself, Leonard, he is mostly unavailable, I'm afraid, but he will be mostly available near the end of the 2 weeks. So roughly around the time when you all are going to be having a gathering is also when he will be in that window sprain of availability. As for the second one, who are you trying to get closer with?
Technically all of them, but but since it'd probably mostly be Harius and Linux. Harius more so because Harius is new to the group.
Alright. In that case, give me a moment as we can.
But
As
yeah,
we will.
with that armor, it's probably to go. It'd probably be given to Cilia
All right
because
then.
I don't wear armor.
I do.
yeah, but it's class specific armor. So. Clerics, paladins, fighters, and warlocks, the only ones that can wear this armor.
Well, we do have a cleric.
Is it better than what I have now?
They've got the non-ashen version of the same armor.
It's basically the same.
They,
It's basically the same, but in this instance, it also provides fire resistance.
I don't need.
Yep.
I think mine
it's
is
really the
just
same
like.
armor, just
Yes. Give me a second. As
I feel like getting this armor was useless then at that point because the only other person it can go to at that point.
I mean, you can still like sell it.
The fighters. I mean, it's our bugman.
Think about sell. I have bug parts that I want to inventory later.
Yes. If I recall correctly, I did make sure to inform you of the prices of all of those as well.
If I remember, I don't even know where I wrote them.
Okay.
If you're talking about the bug parts, I have those written.
Yes.
I had them.
Also, DM, I'd like to remind you.
Yes.
We were our cart full of money.
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't divvied that out yet.
That we have not divvied up because we were waiting.
It was the crystal spider stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. These are the parts that I don't forget if I harvested or harvested.
Yep.
But this is the price.
That is another thing. Yes, that is another thing as well, though. The amount of cash you all have. I believe you all looked through all the chests at this point, correct?
We did have a point.
Yes. Did I ever tell you the amount you all got?
You have not.
Hang on, I have the note written here somewhere. Give me a moment.
I think I put down what I only wrote down what loot I put into the cart that were supposed to be mine. I think. So I've only kept track of my portion of. This is stuff that I had on me that I could put in the cart for safekeeping, not
No,
that
this
it
is
was
just
part
a
of.
this is just a goal, but
I put 68 gold into the cart.
Yeah,
that's your
but
60
Alright,
gold.
okay, here
Also-
it is.
Also,
Sardine is a fighter, right? He could have the armor. He could.
You
He
named him Sardine?
His
technically,
name is Sir
Oh,
Dean.
Sardine. I thought you were talking about the Waggy, and I heard Sardine.
You talking about
So-
Dad?
yes, Dad.
Call him by his name, his real name.
His real name is
Dean.
Sardine.
Nope.
I'll take him like that corpse.
No, at this point, I feel like if Cloak ever did give himself his own name, you could be like, no, you're Cloak.
Because he called you Cloak, and then everyone went along with it. He called Dead Dead, and everyone went along with it.
If we don't,
alright, so
So yeah, I could go to Dean.
I do have the note here. So you all would have gotten, and I'm just going to give you the gold amount because I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure most of you would have stolen a good portion of these gems.
we're just gonna sell them. Let's be honest. We don't
Yeah.
have.
I would like to keep
Well-
my gems because being a wizard, I don't know if I'm gonna need them at some point.
Alright.
We're not. We're talking about separate things.
What do you mean?
Did you take the gems out from the gold already? Because if they're not a part of it, I don't need to mention it.
Well, it's just that it's in the cart. They're in the cart right now. With
Well,
every,
Well, actually, no. Actually, no. I imagine most of you would have kept the diamonds, correct?
The cleric should.
Yes.
Isn't there? Didn't we also get like what were they? Garnets? No, they were like a brown gem. I just remember that.
How
like,
much diamonds
the
were
real
there?
version.
Because revival's a bitch.
There is 2 diamonds, one worth about 500, one going off the quality alone, you could already tell is probably worth roughly 1,000.
Good, we're not selling them. Revival's
Yeah.
a bitch.
Yeah, we're keeping those.
Oh, agates.
When I
Didn't we
need
get some
to-
agates?
Yes, I believe.
Okay, yeah, those definitely need to be kept because those are good. Those are.
Hold on, I need to look up Revivify.
Revivify is
Uh,
300 worth of diamonds. It doesn't have to be a singular
Diamond.
diamond if memory serves.
So we could sell the 1,000 and go purchase.
Isn't there a stronger version of Revivify that uses a higher level?
No.
Higher
Yeah,
level
that we
mod?
don't have
Call
access to.
Revivify.
All right.
That'll
I
be
don't have that yet.
Resurrection.
That'd be
Do you want to sell? Okay, so you're wanting to sell the 1,000 gold diamond to a
Mm.
jeweler who will trade them in for like 500 gold diamonds, correct?
No. We need 300 gold diamonds. 3 of them
So-
would be the equivalent.
Here is the
Yeah.
component, word for word in Revivify.
Diamonds worth 3.
Diamonds, plural. It can be many diamonds that equal up to 300 gold pieces,
Yes.
which the spell consumes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So
fair enough.
realistically, we could just trade in the 1,000 and the 500 and just get 1,500 gold pieces worth of diamonds, and that way we can have 5 uses of Revivify.
What if we got four diamonds and then the 300 gold?
How about we
Because
have
then-
5 uses of Revivify? Because there's 8 of us.
How much gold? How much in just gold alone do we have on the card?
So in regards to just gold or like all of the treasure total?
Just gold.
Just the gold.
Just gold. That is 896.
Never mind. Yeah.
What the fuck are
Get
we
those
worrying
5
about?
times. Because I forgot. I thought we had closer to 200 or 300.
It was 2 chests full. How-
890, you said?
896.
96, I will. So,
doesn't
think that
split evenly between 6 people.
No, but there's still other things to sell. There was a bunch of shit in those chests.
Yeah, and that's not counting the 68 I put into the cart myself too. So, pulling in the money that I also have, we might get closer to be able to split it.
You don't have
I
to add
put
in
60
money. It'd
Because I put
technically be
60
150 split.
But, Isa,
Yes.
I assume there are sellable items in there that we can't sell for
Yes.
money.
There, as mentioned before, there are agates, there are a few emeralds, there are a few fine cut lapis and the like.
Sell those really good. Those are all selling. Those aren't components.
Sell all of those. How much would it be then?
the
Right.
agates are different.
Okay, let me double check.
That's the one.
Hold on.
So,
Two cut emeralds, two of each of emeralds, topaz, and rubies were ones that I took for myself. I do want to keep those,
all right.
just in case.
How much of those did you take?
I got two of each of two cut emeralds, two cut topaz, two cut ruby.
Okay, and I would imagine you are going to a jeweler for this, correct?
I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, what they're doing.
The
Yeah.
felt
All right.
kit.
All right. Let's see. Let me double check. Who?
Yeah.
Okay, you got that fucker.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
Oh, you rolled for
I
jeweler.
don't know if you sent it to me, but did you send me an image of Fern?
I did.
Check my notes then, because I not much my you sent me because I thought.
I can get the image real quick. Give me a second. I'll put it in the side chat.
Yeah, because it's not in our DM.
Alright, baby, tell me how much money we made.
Give me a second. Hang on. It's here. Lotus side chat.
Okay.
Arthur, I need $2 billion in taxpayer money.
Okay. Also, assuming you all are selling all that together. Okay, Yana, 896
we're keeping the agates, obviously. Because
Okay,
Right.
you're all of the agates?
How many agates were there?
10.
Probably keep.
What spell components are agates for?
I don't remember, but I remember seeing a few spells that use them. Obviously, we don't really worry because they're using the material.
Okay, how much are you keeping from the 10?
3.
3. Okay, so 10 minus 3 is about 7 if memory serves. So
I am a wizard,
Yes.
so having spell components, even if we're not really bothering with spell components, is still a good idea
plus
to be able
a
to do.
total of
Half would probably know what agates are used for.
I am literally trying to remember if they are used for anything, because I don't think they are.
Bro.
Plus
I've
30,
seen them used.
plus another 30.
A couple spell components using. I think there was something else I saw them for too. But regardless, gems are really useful to a wizard.
Yeah, but there's specific gems.
Okay. That should, I believe, actually wait, no, hang on, 1,050, and including the emeralds, those are, okay, so that is, yep. Okay. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, there's also the lapis, actually. So, 1,000.
There are no spells that require agates. It doesn't specify the gem.
Okay. There was something that like I wanted agates for because they were useful for it. But I don't remember what it was though, because like it's been months since we last had to think about it.
Diamonds are the only things that are specified as components. Any other gem is just a gem worth this much.
So that should roughly amount to 1,750 gold.
1,750 plus the 890 something we have. We are, God, we almost.
No, that's
Jesus.
it all together.
Oh, is that all
Which-
together, or is that
Altogether.
Okay, altogether.
Which would be split by 6, would be 291 and change.
Though, considering how we're gonna be traveling together and we have this card, I imagine that we'll pull a certain amount of it into the card for emergency funds.
I don't think we can leave anything in the cart.
Yeah, no, the cart is no longer moving. It's no longer sapient. It went mother hell, and then just.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much I can cast that shit because it's not a known spell.
I technically know the spell, but I'm not the level required to use it. What level spell was it again?
What level spell?
What level was the spell again?
I believe I said it was like 6th level.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to use that for a while.
Okay, Lotus, I found what you were thinking of. It was Awakening.
It was Awakening, which was for the other campaign.
But yeah, that's not useful here.
Maybe.
It is Awakening. What are we gonna awaken? Hold on.
I don't know.
Awagi. The Wagi needs to be awakened.
Actually, we could.
It's already. It's a sentient creature. No.
Yeah,
the
but it doesn't
wagon,
look.
But it's still something to at least keep a hold of just in case.
We can awaken the wagon. You're
No,
so right.
That's not how that works.
Also, the carts as honey as
It's Callie.
Callie. God, I saw brain. My brain is going through hard things. Anyways, as Callie stated, it is still a cart. We just need to get an animal.
We need to get a horse or a mule or something.
Or the mule of the actual pack mule of the group.
So are we gonna be splitting this? How we just because I've already made my calculation, brother.
Okay. I will say though, fucking despite the fact that it is technically a cart and it more so has the weight limitations of a sled instead, partially because y'all are some heavy motherfuckers alongside your treasure.
You mean Kuyo?
Kuyo's a good portion of the weight, yes.
Also, I would like to state here.
Mhm.
Star, please write down you have 5 uses of Revivify
Already did that.
diamonds. Okay, good. Let's get this money
Again.
sorted.
First, the goal system. What's your goal system? Because I need this.
I was in like we do the 100 currency.
We do 100. We do hundreds.
All right.
100
so
copper is 1 silver.
Technically, if we're doing it and this is all gold, it would be 291 gold and 50 silver. If you want to make it easy.
291.
Yes. I'll make it easy for you all.
200.
And then I also have to freaking add the 68 of my own.
How much silver was that?
Part.
50.
50.
I believe.
Because it's 0.66666, then we're
Okay.
not gonna fucking deal with that shit.
We're not doing
Okay.
it.
All right. All right. Yeah, you're
So,
also selling. You're also selling the spider parts, correct?
Yeah, that's my personal thing. I can
How much?
probably do that because I got the gold.
You got the
things in.
connections.
Yeah. Well,
How
I'm
much
saying
gold
because I
per
have the
person?
list here already, so I could.
What was that, Keller?
How much gold per person? Did we figure that out, or
291 and 50 silver.
okay?
Okay, and so with the gold that I had on me, plus the gold that I had in the card, and then this 291, I have 424 gold.
The spider parts, if I can get them sold, I'm just gonna get them out of my.
I think for now
Neat.
I'll keep my spider part.
Yeah, no. You had how many of each, Syra?
I had 16 limbs, 1 venom sac, and 2 crystal. Gold. Yeah.
Oh, that's I completely forgot. I also have apparently a pile of spider meat for Taurus that I keep forgetting about?
I share this because these are living parts, and I don't want them in my shit anymore.
Okay. So for the legs, you'll get a total of 80 silver. For the poison sacks, you have how many again?
1.
So
You have 1, so that's 15 gold. That's 15 gold. As for adamins, how much do you have?
2.
You have 2. Then that is 200 gold.
AKA 200
Actually,
per or
actually,
200.
Actually, wait, no, you have 2. That's 400. My bad.
So AK 4 platinum worth.
Yes. Fun fact: people like to put that shit in jewelry.
Which is
Very particular kinds of jewelry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have
I'm keeping it.
too much money.
Yes. Congratulations, you're all getting stuff that gets you a lot of fucking money.
And I actually need this money because being a wizard, it costs a fuck ton to
You
do
said
things.
congratulations, you're dukes now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I was homeless just a month ago.
If you have more than 100 gold, you are technically a duke. Have fun with that, man.
You know
Gargan has never even seen a gold before he met you guys.
And now you have what, 200 plus of that?
I've reached 300.
I started with some gold, but I don't remember.
I started
how much.
With 50. I now have 756.
Now, with that being said, that is what y'all been able to get out and such. Mr. Cloak.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to respond to a thing. Mr. Cloak, you would be able to get some time with Harius. Excuse me, as I fucking literally lost the thing I was using. Now! You know, fuck a theater of mine, this bullshit. She would look to you and simply just go, yes.
Straight to the point. I don't know how straight to the point, but so gotta look away from my screen a little bit while my brain refocuses back on what because that whole money thing took a lot longer than it probably should have.
It's a letter to living up treasure, anyway.
I just wanted to talk to you, Holly. Try to get to know you. I don't know if that's the place I was even going for.
Not much I can provide if you're seeking some form of entertainment, but I suppose.
Entertainment. I just wanted to get to know you better. Remember, for me, you and everyone else are new people.
That is correct. True.
I'm slowly remembering certain things from your master's life, but it's taken a lot longer than than brain. I remember it's my the others would have like referring to Henrietta and Al. Fuck. Where is it? Is this just an awkward staring contest moment now?
She actually does not have much to say.
Alright, let's start with So I know your name. What are your hobbies? What do you like?
My hobbies? The silence is in character.
I know, which is why I'm doing that sigh. I don't know if it came through. It's like a deep breath. Let deep a breath moment. So what is it that you did when back in the day?
Hmm. I studied a bit of, well, Lord Garbutz's, well, art, so to speak. I didn't last long. I was eventually conscripted into, well, the war.
By the way, just
Yeah,
just to double check, I still can't talk to them, right?
they don't seem responsive currently.
Still? Damn. Something happened.
I. Hmm.
Alright,
I
let's
know
try
for
this
my.
a different. Go on.
I know for myself I was efficient, but not the best at my job.
So let's try phrasing this. When you weren't doing your job or battle, what did you do in your
Mm, I ate. I slept. I made sure to practice my blade. Always tried to be alert when finding enemies that are taking initiative. I studied on how best to tear apart armor and the fences. I read manuals.
Whoa. In his head, he's like, "Oh, there's gonna be some work to be done here. Oh boy." And now he's wondering, and now he's hoping that the fucking sister isn't the same way like this, cause oh boy. Oh God. Is there anything that you like? Grasping fucking straws here in a moment.
In what manner?
Like, what foods do you like? What people do you like? Favorite animal?
I I like insects.
Looks to Batoris. Not in character, obviously. Is there any people you like?
I like the people I'm with.
I'm trying to think. I think in like whatever time we've been here, would I have known of like any like places of like that people can do for fun?
in regards to general stuff, there's occasionally the atypical former. There is the theater house that is needing to go through renovations after everything that happened. The Colosseum's still standing, if you care for bloodshed. Library is mostly accessible. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to take her to a red light district, or at least what little remains of one. So who?
Obviously not. Yeah, but I was trying to figure out who's left.
Was that the bot? I think that was the bot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, theater place, which I don't think she'd really care for. Maybe, boy. Can you repeat those again? Because,
What little remains of the red light district, the library, the Coliseum, per se. The theater is needing to go through renovations and the like, and the occasional street performer. Or you could also go to one of the many taverns. Or God forbid you want to go to a fucking toy store.
To be honest, that is stuff that I was probably gonna ask.
Oh God.
Genuinely, I might. So. I'm trying to remember old medieval like things that you can do because like fucking God, this has turned into hey, I'm trying to know this person too. Girl, I need to get you some hobbies. Haha. All right. So okay. When you in your what do you do? What type of things do you like? Do you like when you with like when you're like free time and idle? Like not I've already asked that, but like more on like. Do you like to tinker with things? Do you like to polish weaponry? Anything like that?
I take care of my own weapons. I used to listen to my sister play her flute.
Did you play any instruments?
I tried to.
God, I wish I had a instrument. It is awkward, and it's actually why it's. I'm also trying to get like give myself some time to figure out what I want to do here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go walk around and try to see if we can find you a hobby.
Understood. Lead the way.
He's gonna talk into his head. Can you talk to the sister?
But remember, the sister is currently a husk.
I thought I unhusked her. Remember?
Did you? Give me a second. Hang on.
Remember, I
No,
did.
I'm checking your dream. I'm checking your dream.
So I remember I did because I took several points of exhaustion to do it.
Oh wait, no, you did. My bad. It is the DM forgetting the thing. My bad.
I don't think I wrote her name down because I don't think I got her.
That said, though, you do have to recall you can't really seek counsel from everyone while you're currently in the waking world. The voices from your other selves was interesting, but you're not getting much of that in regards to this.
I need to get stronger if I want to do that thing, because like he desperately needs some help right now. And if he goes to council, everyone gets dragged in. So
I guess I will have to ask Mr. Cloak, do you want to make a general charisma check, or do you want to try and do a performance check?
I need to double check which I'm better at, because what were they?
If you
again?
have
Performance and
if you have performance proficiency, you can make a performance check,
what?
or do you have persuasion?
No, I do not.
Make me a charisma
I-
check then. Things could go better, but thankfully, after a brief enough stroll through the town and getting the occasional response from Harius, and the occasional just like little twinkle in her eyes when she saw certain things, you are able to give a fairly good day for her. She mostly just looked at different street food vendors, and for the most part didn't really take much interest in sweets. She did pick up a teddy bear though.
Good.
Well,
Yeah,
if you can even
like he does get her a plushie.
well, if you can even
He
call it a teddy bear. It's some sort of chimeran of some kind.
Teddy
Yep.
bear? It's a
Pretty
teddy bear,
much,
so-
yeah. Pretty much is just a it is just basically a plush chimera. Yes, that would have just simply run you though like 5 silver though.
Well, it's a good thing I have a lot of silver.
Yep.
I know of exactly 80 silver. Does she not like get anything else? Like, does she not like, or is that just all that she throws interest in?
That's all she generally shows interest in, but going off of her own just like way she holds herself, she definitely seems more relaxed during the entire period, and at the end of it she would have turned to you and gone, today was nice, honestly, so
Yeah,
you
well,
didn't need to do this, savior.
I didn't, but I wanted.
Well, is that the only reason?
I wanted to get to know you better, and also to show you to God, this is so hard to explain because I'm not great at it. But I wanted to get to know you to show you a good time.
I see. I appreciate it, truly.
We're in for the long haul, and well, getting to know you and everyone. He pauses because it's not that he has anything to say. It's just you know just stops.
Hmm.
The next time we should do this again, and eventually you'll be able to you should introduce me to your sister.
Mm. Mm.
Do I need to insight that?
No, you do not. It's more just like a small, like, acceptance, basically. That said, That would be Harius's little, I guess fucking cutscene, I guess.
Poor girl. Oh my god, this poor fucking girl.
You think she's a normal person?
No,
You think she's...
not at all.
Oh, now you fucking know.
She's a fucking kudere.
She doesn't express herself much, but
I'm assuming that the sister's the opposite.
take it as you will.
Oh,
That said,
I'll have to wait till it figures to see that.
yep. That said, though, for now, I'll leave it to there because we do have a certain other pressing matter in the form of Cilia.
Yo.
For your own sanity, can you give me a general constitution check?
Con. Not wisdom.
The worst one for her, Obi.
Con.
um,
Man. Shit, I guess.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
13. Thankfully, Cilia, you have lived noble life for quite a while. But these past few talks, these occasional back and forth of various noble houses, barons, marquesses, even lesser nobles, even more lesser nobles who don't even have proper titleage, who've been trying to make their claim and stake, have been exhausting. You're able to hold throughout most of it, though it all starts to tamper more and more. Thankfully, not to the point where you are at any near breaking point. Which we now turn to the most recent case, the latest one, and one of the more arguably important ones. As we begin the gathering in the throne room for how to move forward with this epidemic, as we begin.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
As Leonard would, from the king's side, cast a simple cantrip to invoke his voice louder. We gather now for the next trial in regards to what is to be done forward. While we ourselves are a people of Mana, that is not to say that we as a people have not come to many forms of divide as of late. As such, we have gathered here representatives of both monetary and foreign factions. May the representatives of both factions represent themselves, starting with the monetarians. As this man will speak up.
God, man.
gotta look evil as fucking hell.
Yeah, you wanna talk evil, huh?
Representing the
Why does he look like
monetarians.
human Shrek?
Representing the monetarians, I am Lord Haran. Most of my cohorts could not come here, but in their stead, they have sent their next of kin, their heirs, and I am more than happy to guide them through this process. Understood? And representing the other, I am one of the many seers of the Church of Infinitism, Maximilian Vane. Much like my opposite, many of my usual cast and party are not at current present, given their current activities, and ensuring that our people are, in essence, safe and well fed, with homes. King Leonidas, do you recognize both parties? I do. Then let us begin the first task of today. We have with us representatives of the Buccaneers. Am I to be taken that literally or figuratively? Take it in both accounts, my lord Dusk. As some of you may know, we of the Buccaneers are some of the only factions left in regards to ensuring proper food source and stability amongst the waves. Elder sister, guide us. We have ensured that a steady supply of fish, goods, and foreign power is at least in some way made present here. However, there's been an issue as of late where the waves have been most unbearable. And given the current circumstances, our usual trade partners are unwilling to cooperate in regards to the demands that are needing to be made. In short, we are unlikely to get resources by sea anytime soon. Do you have anything to alleviate this matter? It is why we come here now. Myself and my second hand. Does anyone wish to speak on this matter first?
This is out of Celia's wheelhouse. I'm gonna be so real. She never had to deal with, trade routes and such. So she will wait for her opinion to be requested.
Yep, and you're essentially acting as a representative of House Durst, because Leonard can't do that, given his position. As you will hear a familiar voice. Give me a second to actually fucking find his name again. It's been a bit.
Who the hell?
As you will hear the familiar voice of Paterick, or as you yep.
God damn it, he's a monetarian son of a bitch.
As speaking on behalf of House Nobale, seek forth. You've offered them quite the bit of sum, correct? My good Buccaneer? Why, yes, we have. And they refuse. Given the amount of demand, yes. Can you detail properly what all is needing to be requested? Forgive my ignorance, Lord Nobale, but I believe you should be aware of the current ongoings, yes? Yes. That's why I ask you. Well, we need... To put simply, we are requesting for aid in the most traditional matter. We've experienced a crisis, one unlike storms, unfortunately. While we would normally request for food and the occasional aid in a form of clothes, warmers, and the like, we've also had to make requests for building materials, medicinal support as well. And while those of a more humanitarian, as they've come to call themselves, efforts have made themselves more present, they are unrelenting, I'm afraid. They're requesting more pay, given the scale of the operation. And how much have you offered? The maximum allotted amount, I'm afraid. These neighbors of ours, how long have you worked with them? Roughly a decade at this point. As the one next to him will speak. Speaking on behalf of House Radiance. You may speak. You say you work for them for roughly a decade, as I will zoom on to him. You've worked with them for roughly a decade, you say? Yes, of course. And they only now, in our time of most dire straits, they refuse our request for aid. That is particularly, yes. Yet the Buccaneers have proven time and time again to been rather resourceful, and have been finding ways to ensure that supplies have been made its way to the home of Mona, one of the few kingdoms that have the courage to stay nearest the waters, the sea, the lifeblood of our realm. Might I request what you're getting at, my good sir? Simply put, I find it rather interesting that our neighbors, who have at most been so willing to cooperate with us before, showing little to no care in recent. I believe some of you are aware with the most recent dealings there have been some shortcomings in regards to supply ventures, correct? The Buccaneers have also taken notice of that in regards to some of the trade. We have, yes. Some supplies we noticed were a bit short, and we still paid the standard price. One of our last ventures actually resulted in us having to pay a bit more for our usual amount. I believe this will lead to a sign of sorts, dear King Leonidas. As Maxilium would actually speak up. A pardon for intrusion. Granted, Lord Seer. Well, I am understanding of our younger cohort's efforts in regards to keeping the sanctity of Mona. I must also dare proclaim that the illustration one of House Radiance is choosing to invoke with their narrative. I mean no such. Silence, House Radiance. Continue, Sia. Thank you. Given the illustration you are putting forth with this narrative of yours, I would not yet determine it likely that our neighbors are colluding or conspiring against us quite yet. As we are all very much aware, Mona is not the only
Ooh, am I dying? Or is Issa dying?
Did I die?
I'm unsure.
I felt like I died.
Issa did die for a hot second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, and I heard some like what sound like either Windows or Discord from some.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, my fucking voice mod just said I got disconnected. I'm like, excuse me? That's weird. But anyway. As stated, the Inner Kingdoms have been experiencing all sorts of turmoil as of late. Most damningly, there have been reports from even Claith, from our clergymen there, who've experiencing certain phenomenon been taking place. Claith is one of our neighbors, and one that has been willing to supply us in different times, correct? Yes, you are correct, Lord Seer. And what of Arthur? While the Buccaneers have no major forms of land-based transportation and quarry, we do have some of our couriers go to Arthur as of late. And what have they found? Arthur has sealed its walls, claims sanctity, say that no one is allowed to be permitted to enter, if I recall the words of my couriers correctly. And these are just our nearest neighbors? Yes, sir. Then I do not think it to be wise to assume that Monor is the only kingdom experiencing such troubles. In fact, I believe a few of us have had ample chance to connect, see how the world has been going on as of late. Might I request one speak their voice? Lord Court Wizard. You may. Who do you wish to nominate? I wish to nominate someone who is representing our party. One who stands right next to me. Your sister, Celia Dursk, current representative of House Dursk. Celia Dursk of House Dursk, representing House Dursk. Do you wish to speak on this matter?
I do. I believe I have some insight that might aid the Lord Seer's point.
You may speak then, on behalf of your party.
During my travels back to Monor, about a month ago now, at this rate, I arrived in the town of Medius. One I'm sure we're all very aware of, considering its troubled history. Just in Medius alone, I found corruption, threats from the Church of Schnitzer for its well-being, and it also had been accosted by a pale chimera. These threats all were dealt with, and Medius now has a flourishing and very prominent governor in place. But it cannot be said that it was short of collapsing into nothing before when I arrived. If that is just one city, one town, the possibility that others around us are experiencing their own hardships and are nervous to aid us in our own simply because they don't have the ability to. They're already dealing with their own problems, I think is a very apt point.
Permission to interject. As this man will announce his presence. Representative House Caliban, if you would. Interjection suspended. Representative House Dusk, do you wish to continue, or would you allow this? Will you allow this interjection?
I will allow it. I have nothing further to say at this current moment.
You may interject, House Caliban. I find it interesting that not mere moments ago that it, as it were, we've experiencing not just trade dealings, but also certain economic prosperities falling short as of late. In addition, I believe all of us are faintly aware the slums have recently been experiencing a small outbreak in regards to not just the typical shroomages, but also signs of changes. Given that House Caliban is one of the few houses in regards moving forward into the medical aspect, we have confirmed that as of late this may be the early signs of a plague affecting Mona. You're proof in this? Yes, we do. In fact, we have the sanctity of a fellow researcher in this regard to help ensure this from us. May I invite them inside? You may. I would like to call inside one of our esteemed colleagues in researching this matter. I would like to invite in a representative of the Church of Snitter, one of their founding doctors, Father Hawkins.
Way too fucking noble to be a signature person.
This is a priest. You've only met the the angels.
How do you spell Schnitzer again?
Yep.
Thank you.
He's right here about good. About right there is fine, Father Hawkins. You are a doctor, correct? Yes, but I am also a father of the Church of Snitterism. As introduced by the young lord, I am someone who has been assisting in the efforts of the plague. That we have yet to gain proof on. Yes, I have a sample here. Do not worry, it is contained. As he will, from his coat, reveal what looks to be a jar with some sort of less than ideal flesh that appears to be more pustule. It has a faint green almost emanate from it. Well, emanate within inside of it. Have you discovered what this plague is supposed to be? Assuming you are with House Caliban, then that must mean that you have at least high regards and high marks within the field of medicinal aid. Aye, I do. And we have found that the pustules here and alongside the miasma forming within is proof that this is one of the plagues that was once founded in our long gone age. Our long gone age? Yes. As you know, while we are not highly respected in these lands, the Church of Snitterism still takes utmost care to ensure we are an educated and civilized bunch. Simply put, some of our findings have discovered that, in regards to this, it matches almost eerily similar to a once forgotten and presumed dead strand of genus. This genus finds itself more akin to that of an infection, meaning someone had to carry it in. Yes, more accurately, someone had to have been stabbed by some sort of, or ingested some sort of material that had this old plague. Does it spread only by consumption? Initially, yes, in its inert state. But once it becomes active, it can become most foul, coming to a point where its fumes hide in spores. Spores? Yes. But you just made the assumption that made the proclamation that this is something that requires infection, a form of disease, correct? Yes. So it could not possibly be a spore. But it is. Maxilium turns to you, Cilia, and whispers in your ear. You are experienced in the field of medicine, correct? How much do you know?
Well, Miss DM, can I roll a medicine check?
Yes, you may.
Come on, baby, no whammies. Floating inspiration.
Oh. With a natural 20 for a total of 25, Cilia, you know what he's saying can't possibly fully make sense. He's basically presenting that this is something that was ancient, something that should have been long gone, some form of disease, one that requires to be consumed. But at the same time, he's making the allegory that this is also some form of fungus, something at the very least, or at least something akin to like shroomages. You've not encountered anything like this, and even then, any records in regards to this ancient disease, you feel as though your mother would have kept records on.
In hushed tone, just from what I've read in the records my mother keeps, I've heard of nothing like this before. This is hard to believe.
Should we interject, or do we let him continue?
It is up to you to decide that. I merely know what I know.
Very well. Let's see, we'll continue. We have not fully yet gone into discovery in regards to what all the ailment provides, but some of the symptoms match. A dry throat, for one thing, the pustules formed of false humors, and more damningly, the fact that they're emanating this rot almost. It's very much unlike the ones that we would consider pure amongst our own. If anything, it's ill-gotten, bereaved, beheaved, if you could. Does this disease, this fungus even, have a name? Yes, it does. Scholars have deduced that this is something from the second war of the heavens. War of the heavens. Ah, forgive me. We are not fully aware that not all people are yet aware. But our reality, our world, as far as we're aware, has experienced 4 of these wars of the heavens.
Miss DM, to the knowledge I possess, given my current circumstances, does this check out?
As far as you're aware, you know of the War of the Heavens, but he's saying there's been 4 of them. You only know of 1.
Even with all of Cloak's bullshit.
Even with all of Cloak's bullshit, you know that there's probably been maybe 2, but 4?
Delia will hold her tongue, but that is stretching it. 4 is ridiculous.
And you claim this comes from the second, I believe your words were. Yes, the second War of the Heavens was unfortunately one of the many ones that we are still having hard time fully documenting. But architects in regards to our, our findings. Architects? Apologies. Anthropologists have been able to look further into it. The architects we've discussed with are those who are familiar with their building, and have learned as well that some of their stories are hidden within the stone they once held. And what does this stone tell us? Exactly the symptoms, I'm afraid. This is one of the many burdens and plagues enforced by one of the many gods that dare claim sanctity of our home. Does this god have a name? We do not, unfortunately, have a proper name, but we know simply by the title. A worldly title. Not one that the world recognizes, I fear. And what is this title? The Guardian of Nature.
Checkbox.
Hmm.
If you want to make a compelling argument, that certainly is one to make.
Given what little we know of the gods, the ones who would claim themselves to be gods, no less as well, this is fully within their capabilities. But in turn, the gods themselves can do very little in regards to preventing such measures. If anything, these prove to be tests as our own faith would advocate. Would the Church of Infinitism not share in this belief? Sia. We believe that such findings, while cruel, are things worth warranting as test. Not just for us, however, but for the gods that we ourselves worship towards. So you're saying that Infinitus cannot help in this matter? That is not what I am referring to. But I believe we must keep this civil, my good father of snitterism. And of course, forgive me, seer of Infinitism. But yes, that is my proclamation. King Leonidas. As the king will briefly stand from his chair. You proclaim that this is in fact an ancient plague in the form of fungus, correct? Yes. One that has harbored itself in humanity's own soil for how long? We've yet to determine, I'm afraid. But something that is ancient. Yes. Does House Caliburn truly back this man's words? That we do. King Leonidas, while we are hesitant ourselves in trusting the words of another faith, especially one who is so credent and crept in their ranks, he has shown great promise in regards to the field of medicine. And, to our unfortunate dismay, the Church of Sinter has proven themselves to be rather amicable and well-versed in the field of medicine. They have been able to cover spots where we ourselves have not been able to fully cover. Regretfully, I must say, despite how it may seem, we do still need their knowledge, now more than ever. You vow you have no ulterior motive in this, Father Hawkins. I have no other motive but to ensure that people are not rotten away by unnatural causes.
I would like to insight check.
I
You
would
may.
too.
If you would like to.
I have garbage insight, but it's worth a shot.
Hmm.
I have
Man,
managed.
come on, game. You can't do this to me.
17.
The game can and will.
Taurus. With a 17, you can definitely confirm that there's levels of deception going on, but you can't determine what in that aspect. His word choice isn't splendorous nor fantastical to any degree, but his claims definitely hold much weight if anything he's saying does hold a fragment of truth.
One more time on that last bit.
What he's proclaiming likely does hold fragments of truth. What entirely, though, you're not fully sure on. But there's more to the story that he's not revealing.
I am going to put my hand towards my mouth. As if I'm thinking, and I will relay this information to Celia through the message spell.
Splendid. Very quietly, as presumably there's a kind of murmur starting up in the room, as
It's a brief
people
murmur.
probably will talk. Very quickly, just whisper to the father, all of that. Kind of just the general idea of like, if he's telling the truth at all, this is serious. But it's hard to believe considering there's more likely than not deception somewhere in there.
Okay. You relay that. Relay that quietly to the other members of your party.
Yes.
Well, quote unquote party.
Quote unquote.
Which
party.
case, yeah. Which case, this one will raise their hand.
Oh, he's depressed.
Tired. Very tired.
Or a vampire.
An interjection then. Yes, of of House Unica. Does Father Hawkins allow this interjection? I will allow it. You may speak, House Unica. As you are well aware, House Unica is not one to dabble in the affairs of medicinal aid, I'm afraid. But we are individuals. Who house and march forward the discoverings of old findings. We ourselves, in our archaeological efforts, have yet to find anything in reference to this second wall of the heavens. As far as we are aware, there's only been one. More damningly, however, not once in our own findings did we ever once find anything in reference to such a plague. As for this apparent guardian of nature, as you would proclaim this one to be, we are very much aware that the guardians and so self-proclaimed reapers are their titles. Their distinctions we are fully not yet well versed on, but we are very much aware that the powers that they have are capable of something of this nature, as far as you're aware. Then do you not agree with me? I concur that your theory holds proper proof, and may have solid ground. But if it is truly to be believed, then there is more to your findings that have yet to be properly revealed. Correct, Father Hawkins? I see not what you are attempting to imply. My implications are as simple. There is more to this story, and not all of us are fully aware. But this disease, this beginning of a plague, you said it begun in the, well, near the slums, correct? Yes, that is what. This is where young Lord Calibert and I put most of our focus on. I find it rather strange, given one of my last letters, given one of the last letters I received from my wife, and Arthur detailed a similar such plague. I was not aware your wife was in Arthur, Lord Unica. She was. You have yet to retrieve her body. You have my most sincerest of losses and sympathies. Would Lord Unica prefer to detail us further in regards to this matter? That I am, if the rest of my party is willing to allow me the floor proper.
Celia will just nod.
Maxillian will nod, and the man next to Lord Unica will nod as well. As representative of House Unica and as representative of my party, I have been allowed the stage. As such, I would like to speak freely in this regard. Which Leonidas would turn to Leonard and give a nod. He will nod in turn. Lord Unica, by the King's permission, you have been allowed to speak freely in regards to both this matter and to represent your entire party. Choose your words carefully. Infinitus, look upon me. Infinitus, look upon you, Lord Unica. The samples that we have acquired that remained on my dear wife's letter were as follows: pustules, signs of bleeding in regards to certain aspects, orifices being clogged, and then promptly also showing signs of hardness, as if scabs were forming on the inside. In addition, while we have no proper venture in this aspect of the field, we do have some level of records in regards to similar such symptoms. We can confirm that similar, if not children of this particular genus, have formed in the past, but to a much lesser and weaker form. One could argue that their true inheritance has been lost. But we cannot discount the fact that there is a possibility of interbreeding. Explain. We have discovered that there's likely a possibility that if this is to be held true, then likely someone in Arthur, or perhaps a neighboring kingdom, has enacted biological warfare. You're saying this plague is a result of someone weaponizing this plague? Yes. More accurately, one could simply say that this is the result of attempting to rebreed the old plague into existence, taking forth its children, directing their samples, and in hopes of recreating something that is akin to, if not a direct successor, rival to something that once plagued us. I'm not saying that everything Father Hawkins here has said is true, but I am stating is that if what he says is to be believed, then that must mean that there was some level of human intervention, be it accidental or purposeful. You speak of this, why? Because my wife had taken notice that there were those who simply wore the emblems of Arthur. Not bound to them, no. Your wife was a part of the Justice Bureau, correct? She was. And that is why she was sent to Arthur as a representative, correct? How long ago did you receive this letter? Weeks ago. Why did you not bring this matter up sooner? Because if I had, then I feared this epidemic that we are now starting to experience would have happened much sooner. Explain. It is my firm belief that Mona is compromised. Think for a moment, all of you. When was the last times we've had true peace? When were the last times where proper celebrations were held, not just by noble houses, but by the people? And in turn, when was the last time we've had proper errands to praise Infinitus, to praise his children? And when was the last time they had given us boons, given us bread, blessings, proper blessings? I turn to one of the members of my own party, Seer Maxilium. Seer Vane, would you please? Close to 30 years ago. And what had happened roughly nearly 30 years ago? A breakout of turmoil between the inner kingdoms. And how did this go? Both sides had lost many. And it was believed that by many a people that the gods had properly abandoned us. But they have not. And nor will they. How does this relate to compromising, if I may ask? Because we have found evidence in various forms that the usage of transmutation was made use of in this most recent folly of ours as a governing body. But we've also seen signs that there are lesser forms sporadically throughout. While we have yet to form proper concrete connections between all of them, one thing has remained common. None of the people who were involved claims they were present at that time. You mean to say that this is something that has been going on for quite some time, Lord Junica? I am. For what purpose? That we cannot properly confirm, but at current, myself and my colleagues believe that something or someone is seeking to dismantle rival kingdoms. Do you give support in Lord Radiance's terms? Partially. Well, I do believe that there's other things going on. I do not believe there's active attempts towards Mono directly, more passively. Is this all you wish to speak forward on in regards to your freedom of speech? I have one last exit, if you would allow. As he turns to the rest of you all.
Celia will wait for Maxilium to nod.
He's hesitant. He does nod.
Celia will follow.
Well, we all archaeologists. Well, a few of us were in the form of justice. I cannot say in proper, solid belief that what we have achieved can rightly muster anything that the inner kingdoms have experienced won't spread to the outer kingdoms. Though in that same vein, one cannot deny the fact that this has also likely had hands from the outer kingdoms. I am not saying it is war, but I am saying that times are in fact changing, and we have little time to form a response ourselves. Thank you. Your words are appreciated, Lord Unica. Would any else amongst the parties wish to contribute? Father Hawkins? I'm afraid not. In which case we discuss our next matter. In regards to the recent epidemic of a dungeon forming within our very own walls, there are those who have been present for that. I myself was present for that. However, given my station, I am not allowed to speak further in this matter publicly or in proper discussion. I would turn to those who have been a part of this. Representative House Desk, and if the king would permit, their guardian, their protector at current. Would it be allowed if they were to speak on this matter? Granted. Representative House Desk, their respective protector, you've been permitted to take the stage. Buccaneers, if you would. And of course, Lord Dusk.
I hope you're ready, Sam.
I'm ready to be grilled.
We probably will be. Oh, you're doing the slow walk.
If you may properly introduce yourselves.
Sam.
I am Celia Dursk, current and only active member of House Dursk, representing House Dursk.
I am Champion Taurus, acting guardian and bodyguard, Dursk.
Reports would also dictate that you are one of the current champions of Eventism. Can this be confirmed, Lord Batoris? Well, Sir Batoris.
I serve the sisters.
In which case, in regards to the matter of the suddenly formed dungeon within the very kingdom of Monarch itself, you two were in essence at the heart of it, and were also two of the ones who were responsible for ensuring that the predicament was swiftly dealt with. Can you confirm this?
Yes.
Yes.
Would the both of you please speak out to the court in regards to your detailed report in this matter?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, out of character. Because I'm gonna be so fucking real. There's a lot of shit to talk about. I'm gonna say we just summarize pretty much everything that happened as it happened, tell the truth, tell about the uncle's involvement in it all, that he was behind it in the first place, the fact that there were innocents that were put into jeopardy in the form of obviously all of the people present there at the manor, but also more specifically the one of the maids, Anna, they're
Being forced to take
go
the burden. Basically, Batoris
being
will,
for-
at the best he can, describe what the uncle did and forced basically the entirety of the consequences of using this magic to make that dungeon happen onto that victim.
talk about the druids because it's important to acknowledge what the uncle is doing with them. Everything. Talk about everything. We're gonna be here for a second.
It's gonna be a 30-minute talk, basically, of us just giving the sit rep of everything that happened.
As you do so, eventually, once this explanation goes through and such, Leonard would start to speak up again. We currently have the druids in protective custody. Would you care to invite them to provide their statements in regards to this matter as well?
Out of character, how many days has it been?
It has been roughly like it is okay, so this is like fucking near the end of the second week, so it's been like 12 days.
So they've had time to heal up and
Yeah.
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 I think it would be wise to have their designated leader, self-designated leader, be present.
Understood. We'll put forth a request for his presence. Is anything statement before their arrival? Would any party wish to provide statements or findings? As this man will raise his hand. Representing House Ovalian. You may speak, Lord House Ovalian. Celia Dursk, Batoris. We are of the same party. This I am aware of. Yet with all these claims, you do have the proper proof to show this, correct?
We have all the evidence that we collected leading up to the incident. We also have multiple eyewitness accounts from varying parties.
We also have items retrieved from the dungeon and some items that were going to be used in a crime. One was stopped. As Batoris will take out a bag, and it's the bag with the ring in it.
Yes, there was an attempt on my life by my uncle, but a day before the incident happened. If any of those who are magically inclined would like to safely inspect the ring to see what we mean, they are free to do so.
As designated court wizard, I will step forward. Would any representative parties would also wish to join? Of House Unica. Of House Radiance. You may join me. As they will all take a moment to step forward.
I'm waiting.
Leonard would try to subtly give like a nod to both of you.
Celia makes no reaction to Leonard, but it is understood. She is in full professional, a consummate professional right now. This, if she breaks at character at all, it's going to it will show. So she can't. So she is just fully locked in.
It'll take roughly 10 minutes with the both of them. Well, the three of them. I can confirm myself. Of House Unica as well. Of House Radiance as well.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, I'd love to incite that.
Go ahead.
Would my champions mark proc?
Nope.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
It's better than a 5.
God damn it.
God damn it, man.
Celia, you're not too familiar with House Radiance. You know they're one of the active military houses, though. And
Yes.
given this evidence, this is likely going to further hinder his own attempts at, well,
Making war.
Yeah.
he was not being the subtlest there.
No, he wasn't.
No, he is quite displeased that this is evidence that the uncle was behind a majority of this.
As Pedrick will raise his hand again. An interjection from House Nobel. You may speak. I do find it somewhat curious, myself, representing my party here, but if I'm allowed some level of freedom. The king will take a moment before nodding towards Leonard. Allotted. Then within my allotted time, I would like to ask, since House Dusk seems to be the culprit in this aspect, then, would it not be wise for the next of kin to at least take some level of action and proper recompense? For instance, while I do mean no ill will towards House Dusk as a whole, I cannot deny the fact that the current court wizard and the current individuals who are present are both aligned to House Dusk in this way. While you all did help in response to this, would it not be right for at least the next of kin or some level of proper penance be allotted to House Dusk?
If I may.
You have been
Would my
interjected,
father-
House Nobel. Permitted.
When my father
Proceed.
is turned back into a human from being turned into a wolf, I would say he would be the one to serve this penance. But as of current, he is still undergoing the transformation process.
So you would suggest that the people do not have chosen to take the blame for this, then? The one responsible is no longer here. But his family is, are they not?
Celia is going to look Pedrick in the eyes. Is there any malice a bit behind there.
Make me an insight check.
Because this was Celia's childhood friend. They were friends.
At one point. And with an 18, you can tell that that while he is trying his best to hold it back, there is more to Paterick in regards to this. If you recall, your family once was on the monetarist side, but you have since switched parties as of late. You know what to do.
Out of character, I really don't. I'm kind of dumb when it comes to this shit.
There-
Help. Because Celia would know this shit. Samuel is dumb, and I hate politics. So I try to keep my nose out of it.
He is trying to employ consequences onto the victims of a person who has already been taken care of. What you need to do is basically state to the court, what would that even solve? The damage is done, and you are already fixing the issue. There's no need for penance to the victims. There you go.
Cool. I would raise that the damage has already been done. The person who dealt said damage has been punished, killed, dealt with. Serving penance to someone else would do nothing but harm. There would be no benefit to it. It would be simply out of malice.
Would you then dare declare that the wishes of the victims from this epidemic, from this disaster, this tragedy employed by Baron Dusk, will go unpunished then? That there will be no one to beholden to his crimes?
The man responsible has already been held to his crimes. He was executed.
Then do you believe that people will accept just that?
I believe that, given the right persuasion, yes, they will. This is a delicate subject, one that takes tact.
If I may ask of the court wizard, how many have fallen because of this epidemic, because of this travesty of a tragedy?
Out of character. If he doesn't know, Celia knows. Because she was keeping count.
I would implore you ask the Lady Dusk in regards to that matter, given she was at the forefront of this knowledge.
Do we?
If you would, Lady Dusk.
So, out of character. I counted 14 dead. Is this an accurate number, Issa?
To the ones you saw inside the dungeon? Yes.
Outside of the dungeon, how many people died? Before the dungeon.
In regards to those who died in total inside the dungeon, you yourself counted 14. Of what was later found during the 2 weeks, upwards to 50, and at a maximum of 63 were found dead in the dungeon.
Were they all nobility, or were they soldiers?
Most of them were nobility. Some of them were soldiers.
So, we have some soldiers and mostly nobility.
As for outside the dungeon, I would ask, would any of you have checked the casualty rates?
Yes. 100%.
How far did the dungeon spread?
At current, it is still covering essentially covering 1/6 of the kingdom.
How the fuck?
Yeah, I'm a little confused on that one too.
This was a big fucking spell.
So this
Said-
grand plan that was decades in the making. And okay. Hold on.
Can I get that outside death total?
From what you've been seeing in regards to what the Undertakers have been posting on the bulletin boards, the last total you counted was roughly 1,232.
1,000.
By my last count, and from what has been reported, unfortunately, inside the dungeon, 63 were found dead. Outside of the dungeon, 1,232 was the last count.
I believe that answers your statement, Lord Nobel. That it does. That it does. But given the fact you are aware of these numbers, Lady Dusk, you are therefore aware of the unrest the citizens are currently going through, yes? The rumors that go about speak, even amongst our own guardsmen.
I wish to interject.
I refuse this. Lord Seer Vane, would you allow this interjection? He is a champion of infinitism. I will allow it. House Nobel, you may hold your tongue for now. Speak, champion.
You bring up the guardsmen. If you read our reports of the days prior to the incident, and how that the corruption of the guard had gotten so significant that almost half of your forces had turncoat. So much so, they were outside the manor before we had to assault our way.
That is preposterous. Hold your tongue. Continue.
So much so that I had to go to the Inquisition and get a battalion of paladins for assistance to get in.
The party was under threat of assassination. That was discovered by hold your tongue. I refuse.
To be held in contempt.
If I may interject for but a moment, representing of House, representing not just my house, but my party in this moment, if you would. Champion, would you allow this interjection?
I will.
I do apologize for young Lord Nobel's outburst just now, but you do have to know that given the current circumstances, what he says does hold merit, and I myself have seen that there has been truth in his words. Despite how it may seem, there is still unrest among the citizens. In fact, quite a few of them have shown small signs of rebellion. Not just in taverns, I'm afraid. Certain open spaces of the public have had soapboxes, criers of all sorts. And I do hate to well, throw 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 Father Hawkins in his in this lot, but I would hope he would understand. Certain outcries for a change. Some that would even choose to bring in the Church of Snitcherism into Mona. The 15 Batoris, he is trying to take advantage of this situation.
Can I, with my... How would I do this to flip it on its head? Ooh. Can I have a copy of Kelrick's book right now?
I imagine there is one in the current existence. Calric, would you have allowed Batoris to carry the book in the court?
He would have. If it's done by now.
It is the end of the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I very much doubt that. As Batoris will pull out a book. This. If you all do not know this, you will soon know, as we will be getting it published soon. These are words from one of Schnitzer's angels.
I beg your pardon.
His life story, explaining the process that he went through and everything that it meant to be one of his angels.
Might I interject in this matter? Unfortunately, Father Hawkins, you must remember your place here. I would not address it in such a way, court wizard. No, for that is my own folly. However, given the current relations and circumstance, you have been invited as a witness, if you recall. You may continue, champion.
I'm actually gonna open it up real quick.
Oh, I figured you already had it open.
No, I need to...
Okay.
I need to grab the bit.
I'm assuming it's part of the last chapter you're looking for.
Yes, it is. Do you know what part I'm looking for?
Hold on.
Also, give me a second. Just whoop.
I'm assuming it's the hmm. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't be. Would it?
The church won't let their angels read this, but they will hear about this. Is it that one? Half?
I'm looking for that one. What page is that on?
It is the second to last paragraph.
Yeah.
It really is? Okay. I lived. Okay.
Final thoughts would be this, but I lived also probably has what you're looking for. But
Second.
for context, chat, I actually wrote something.
Yes. This man actually
Second
wrote
to
something.
last paragraph.
You know, honestly, good for him.
The church won't let their angels read this, but they will hear about this. My life is now on a time limit, even more than before. But I will stand for my brothers and sisters, inviting them to a brand new one that flies on so high the church will never reach them. To any Celia that get the opportunity to read this and join the flock. Oh wait, this is the wrong one.
Yeah, it's probably in the I lived section.
Thinking about, hold on.
I see many of my brothers and sisters
Yeah,
in worse
yeah.
situations.
Yeah,
On
that one.
page, what page is this? 11.
That's 11. That's page
Page
11. For
page-
top. Yeah, top of
Yeah.
page 11.
Page 11. They aren't numbered.
Yep.
The fear the citizens feel as well, people would cower inside at the mere mention of a race of children, and this is nothing compared to when I visit a small desolate town.
Should be around that area.
What I'm trying to like, I see where you're going with this half, but I'm trying to like figure out which.
He's
It's
trying to
paragraph.
get to the point. Yeah, he's trying to get to the point where the town isn't. Well, where the city is most likely not cheering for snitcherism to join.
Oh, here it is. Probably. This is a good one. It's the last paragraph of I Lived. As it turns out, even dead Sealy make good tools. Upon dying, a Sealy releases a deadly miasma that will decay everything. I am reminded of the boy I killed in training. Even as the church strips children away from their lives, they desecrate their bodies too. As I properly disposed of the botanist's body, I read her journal. I noticed that she wanted to make it
That's it.
as casual as anyone else would, but was forced to write in a way that the church required. Even her own personal writings weren't hers to control.
That's the one Taurus will read out to the crowd.
May Father Hawkins confirm the validity of these statements? I would not. These are likely the ramblings of someone who is not even of Sile. Sile, as you are very much aware, are the angels of our God, yes. But they operate in ways that are not
I
befitting
will
such things.
interject here. Father. As I look him dead in his mask, I know 3 Sile personally. All
I
of
would
them
find that
free
hard to
from
believe.
you.
I would not consider that something to be proud of. In fact, what you speak of does not sound at all possible.
Oh, it
Would they?
surprising.
Would these CLA happen to have names then?
I will not say that for their safety. And Father, we are aware that the church is looking for us. You're not subtle. I apologize to the court.
If I may speak. You are. I am one of the druids that was saved. What would you like to confirm? This is outside of our testament, but I would at least like to confirm that what Batoris here says is the truth. We were saved by one of his companions, Eli. Does this Eli happen to have a name, good sir? Wait, yes, it... apologies, I'm not at liberty to speak that.
Not with current company. I will interject.
Speak forth.
If the father would depart, I would be comfortable giving that name.
Would House Caliban please remove their guest? I believe his presence may still be needed in the event that we do discuss further, my good sir. Good court wizard.
And if we
I
do,
keep-
we may call him back.
He is dismissed for now. We will call him again if we need it. The king's word is final. Father Hawkins, please escort yourself out. If you would like, may when the guard of House Caliban please escort him out. I understand. I understand. Don't touch me, please.
What the fuck?
Cat.
What the
The
fuck was
cat
that noise?
The cat interjects.
What the fuck? That was so well timed.
Yes, what is it?
Was that moth? Okay. I feel like Sam needed that.
Yeah. After everything that Sam's character.
But Taurus is
Sam
working
needed
his
that.
ass off right now. Holy shit.
I'm glad that you're the one doing this and not any of the rest of us.
Oh my god. I was not expecting to do this so soon. And we may call him back if we do.
We're not trying to protect Kelric right now. We're trying to protect Luan and Verdammt.
Yes, we are.
Kelric is a separate entity in all of this.
I am helping. I am pulling these things because I need to make the point
Yes.
come across.
I will say, during our 30-minute long rabble about all that went down, Cilia would have mentioned the fact that Tuusile assisted in the dungeon. This would have been an already known fact. She would not have given names, as she would have explained that it is for their own safety, but that would have been a known factor already. Because, like I said, she told everything.
Oh, my voice is the worst too right now. And I have to do
Yeah.
all the speaking.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Man,
you're just
I'm
method
sorry, you're
acting.
kind of on a
This is
roll,
how I meant-
dude.
You are on a
You're
roll.
You're just method acting because this is how he would probably sound. All raspians.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
I mean, that's how you normally voice him anyway. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dude.
Oh, let's proceed.
Yeah.
Igisa?
No, I'm waiting on you, brother.
Half. I need
yeah?
to send you something when the scene is over.
Okay. What are you waiting on me for, Mistium?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
No, I was waiting for the king to ask me.
Okay, in that case, like after he's gone and such. Champion Batoris, you may proceed.
Oh, I see that he's by the name of Ellery. He has.
This is the name Sile Carey, correct?
That is the name he goes by.
He does not innately have one.
It is the one he chose.
I see.
And I have more information on why Sile are given these names.
Well, do inform us, since you seem to be rather knowledgeable on the matter, and you did ask for the father to be stepping away.
I do. Sile are taken as children and put through a process. What the process entails, I do not know. Kellerick survived the process. Though Kellerick has the body of a... How old does Kellerick's body look like?
Pushing 50?
50.
Probably.
He has a body of a 50-year-old. He is only 19 years of age.
There's an, I guess, audible, just murmur between everyone at that mention.
Every Sile has a time limit. The angels aren't permanent. They burn out fast. And every single one of them is a child. Forcefully aged up and given unnatural power to be snitchers, angels.
I see. And young Lady Dusk, you are also a companion of his, correct?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Can you confirm your ward's statement?
I can confirm it. And if the court so wishes, the book, the autobiography that Kelrick has written, we would be willing to let people view it if they so wish. He tells of the process.
Record keeper Dion. If I may.
He will hand bad karma to the record keeper. Keep it safe.
Would you please read out the contents?
Oh, she can read the whole book.
The title is Bad Karma, and just for the sake of time, I'm not going to.
I was gonna say, you want me to do this? I could read the entire thing.
14 pages. It's not a long.
It's not a long read, honestly. It's really
but
not.
It's a lot for a D&D session.
Yep.
This is also true.
Which case, as just.
We have been on this scene a while, Callie.
Yeah.
It's one of those scenes.
I noticed that she wanted to make it as casual as anyone ever, and I forgot, that was not the last page. And the fates themselves will be torn apart to do so. I may be cursed with bad luck, but karma will reach us one day. That is the final exit. I see. You said he wished to have this published, yes? I believe so. That is something to confirm for afterwards. Oh, yeah. Forgive me. My mind may not all be present for this, but I will state these are some rather bold claims. And I'll be honest, given the nature of the matter, we will take it into consideration as evidence. If you would, Lady Dusk, relay to your companion at some point that, if he wishes, we can further discuss this privately.
I will do so. I'm sure he would be happy to oblige.
As for all of you, this matter in regards to the dungeon, the participation, and everything involving my attempted snatching of life, the successful snatching of life of several within and out of the dungeon. A proper funeral will at the very least be held for those who have fallen. A memorial, if you would. The dungeon does not appear to be dispersing, if I am to be correct in this statement, Court Wizard. You are my king. Thus further investigation will be done. For now, I myself will say that the matter of the dungeon is to be handled by the appropriate parties. From this moment forward, those who have been present and who are currently assisting in this matter shall be the only ones that may continue their efforts in regards to the dungeon's current status. Do both parties accept this?
A glance over to Maxilium.
We do. And of you? We do. As he says that, though, Nabil will once again slam his hands onto the fucking ledge and just go, "This is preposterous! You not think of the citizens' lives, let alone all that we've lost ourselves? Or have you not thought for a moment that enough? Patrick, correct? That is your name? You're the current acting lord of House Nobale. I would suggest, in honor of your father's memory, that you respect it. This outburst is not to go unpunished if you are to continue forward. I say this not as a man, but as your king. If you desire penance, do not become it. As for your concerns in regards to the people, in regards to our own gods, no less, it is warranted. I will have Leonard as well as his guardian Talel to properly look into this matter further, on top of the current matters that they are already handling in regards to the dungeon. What you presented is worth warranting, but not with an outburst. As for you, champion, representative of House Dusk,
This is the king addressing me, correct?
yes.
the both of us. Addressing both of us.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Your Majesty. I think that's the right term here for him.
Yes. Yeah, he's a king. Your efforts will not go unseen. There will be proper compensation, I will state, for both ensuring my life and everyone else's lives shall at least have a chance of being restored. Regardless of what others might think, one cannot deny that your efforts are ensuring Mana's continued existence, even if for just a bit longer. When this matter is more properly settled, I would wish for you to come to my chambers, so we may discuss potential compensation for your efforts.
Just
You may bring.
a very deep bow. Or curtsy, actually, I guess.
Yeah. From this point forward, the matters at current have proven to be most strenuous on all of us. While I would normally call for recess at this moment, it would seem as though there are still many matters that we all need to put forward in our hands, our legs, our efforts, and our wills. To simply discuss it is one thing, but we are not in times of proper peace as of late. As such, action must be sought through. If all parties are willing to attend to this, from this moment forward until the foreseeable future, until matters become more prudent for all of us, our discussions shall be limited to 2 topics a day. For every conference, more accurately. And that we are to push towards efforts to ensuring Mana's continued growth and prosperity, given it is in a state that she is unable to properly prosper herself. Are we all in agreement of this? You have my word as seer. You have my word as well, my king, my liege.
I will see to it that all of the resources available to the house desk are used in the restoration efforts.
There is no need for that, Lady Dusk, but it is recognized all the same. From this point forward, though, I will state that the conference is adjourned, and we are to continue our efforts in ensuring Mana may yet be as pretty of a gem as she usually is. You all may depart at your leisure now. You are dismissed.
We'll
I'm
just
kind of
step
yeah.
down from the podium.
Yeah, they're gonna make a swift exit. Talk.
Walk back over to our party.
That was not at all the slightest I expected to go. That is from Maxillian.
Never expect the expected.
I think you got it wrong, but okay.
No, he meant what he said.
It's good to see you all again. At least 2 of you.
And you as well. I'm glad
How are
y'all
you?
are all doing better.
We are faring well. The people here have been able to treat us well. Most of our wounds and bandages are still present, but enough to where, thankfully, our bodies can now properly heal themselves. The food has been most exquisite.
It's
Enough
good
for
to-
growing children. I have not given proper thanks to you as well. Celia, yes, that is your name.
Yes.
As the aged man would just kind of like take your hands and just like give a somewhat firm but still kind of weak shake. You will not forget this. I know we are druids, and that many of our kind are not appreciated in your lands, but we are thankful nonetheless.
At the end of the day, you're still people. People that needed to be protected. Something that I will never stop doing.
I am sorry that we could not contribute much in this affair. But if anything does ever happen again, do try to send the messenger away.
Are they letting you go?
We are most likely going to be held for further questioning, they said. But when we are done, we must adhere to our former contracts. The things that we are not at liberty to do. Unfortunately, as it stands, we are still slaves. There are very few rights for our kind.
See.
Your brother, I believe, the court wizard. He's showed us some protection, at least until we are on the market again. Still, you have our thanks. Until we meet again, truly.
Till we meet again.
Until we meet again.
Oh, I know what I'm spitting my cut on.
I honestly did not expect to be compensated. That was a surprise.
Well, there's not much in terms of financial gains, I'm afraid. I imagine the king might, given he requested you in his chambers, I imagine it's something he wishes to discuss further with you all.
Even though, yes.
Be that as that may, the fact you are alive is a boon in itself.
I suppose that is true.
I took a risk today.
And I'm proud of you for it.
So did you.
Yes, thank you for that. You had particular insight that I believe none of us truly could have had in that.
We've not properly introduced ourselves in the past, but Carmine Unica of House Unica. It's a pleasure.
Celia Dursk, as I'm sure you've been made well aware.
Champion Butors.
I remember seeing, I believe I saw you lot in the church at one point. I was actually there to offer prayer to my wayward, both for my wayward soul and in hopes that my prayers would also adhere to my wife.
I am sorry for your loss.
It is nothing. When I had heard that a meeting was to be held, a conference, I realized that there might be some need for me as a member of our party, but I was oddly struck with a moment of insight, as if Infinitus himself had told me that I should be joining here. That I should be here.
I'm very suspicious.
In what way?
The father.
I
Thanks to
do
the
believe it too.
Thanks to the sisters, it's hard for me to sleep in lies. He was only telling a story.
You good,
believe-
Drake?
Normally.
Do you believe him to be having ulterior motives still?
Yes.
Well, I cannot say much for myself. I can say that this effort should hopefully help guide Mono to a prosperous future once more.
We may have just
Still.
stopped a war today.
From that, young man? Hardly. It would
He's
take
not.
far more than just one.
I think that
I'm sorry. War. I can expect as much from House Radiance, but from House Snowbale?
I've seen
From the doctors,
more hunger.
I can expect it from the proper House of Monetarians themselves. Harans aren't necessarily known for their honesty, after all. But my subjugation of their clan aside, if it is properly true that it was Baron Dursk who orchestrated all of this, and if this was their own attempts to take advantage, so to speak, of all the current ongoings, I don't think things are going to go well. Let alone for the fact the Church of Schnitter seems to be aiming for you lot.
Thanks to the governor, Thaddeus, we learned that they are looking for us for questioning.
And the fact that you've given us sponsors and the like that you have in this conference leads me to believe that this is going to be more than just a simple questioning now.
No, they wanted to execute us quietly.
In any case, I'm going to discuss things with the king for a moment. You both be best going back to the rest of your companions.
Yes. When you get a chance, Seer, I'd like to speak with you privately. A personal matter, nothing related to what was discussed here today.
Of course. I hope to see you at some point later, but if all things considered, be well then. As he will hold up his symbol. Infinitus guide thee, my lady, our champion.
And you as well, father.
As well, Seer.
As
Shall
he
we?
goes to discuss with them. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's just gonna be like, shall we?
Yes, I think we should make our leave.
Wait a minute, I'm sensing movement.
Alan's just departing. Don't mind him.
Oh, okay. Oh, these are doorways. Perfect.
Yep. Technically stairways, actually.
Oh, okay.
Stilia will bid a farewell to these two.
They will wave goodbye. The paladin simply will just stay here because he's here for the seer.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's his. That's his.
Yeah.
Word. So.
Yep.
By the way, most stressful job this guy's got.
Yep. Hey, do you want?
Current shit right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit has literally gone. Not the worst it can gone, but it certainly has. As I will say,
It's hit the stained glass painting on the ceiling.
I will say, given the time, do you want to take a break here, or do you all want to end early?
I feel. What time is it now?
It
It
is
is
currently 10:38.
Do you have school tomorrow?
It is to you.
Of course I have school tomorrow. That's not
That's
changing
right.
until the end of the semester.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So what are we thinking, y'all?
I don't mind either way. The only thing I have left to do is I have left on the table is whether or not my character's tinkering leaks to anything with the bladed relic.
Oh, we could do that.
Not so much. Yeah, not so much right now. But yeah.
I
They
figured
haven't really.
as much. Well, they did get upgraded, which is another reason why he's tinkering. It's like usually something
Yeah.
happens when it upgrades.
If we want to end it here, this is a good stopping point.
I
Yep.
personally haven't done anything, but I'm not going to say no to stopping. There's Blue Protocol to play.
Oh my god. There's also the fact that this thing alone was real fucking
I'm
weird.
sorry. I had to fucking play the game.
Hey, that's not me saying anything against that half, because remember, I'm
He has
usually
nowhere
the one
to.
with the lawn heavy things.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's
he has
true.
no right to stand on any ground against it.
I'd be a hypocrite. even if I take it, wouldn't be because it's never my fault.
Alright. So if we want to end it here, I can send the chat away. Thank you all for coming out.
All I know is that I was tempted to write Council of Evil over these guys.
Yes, yeah, they're still fucking like, look at them.
So I think you're the only one that gets referenced, but
I know. I will not confirm nor deny.
Alright.
Anyway, thank you all for showing up. I
Thank you
hope
all.
everyone had a good time. I hope everyone continues to have a good time. Please take care and goodbye.